Merry Christmas, everyone! What do you mean it's not Christmas yet? It's the season of festive cheer and 8-minute long videos for increased ad revenue. So what way to start off the festive season with a, texture packs are the nicest way to spruce up your Skyblock experience. You go from something boring like this to something that feels like the MMORPG Skyblock is trying its very best to be. If you've been in the community for a while, then you're probably familiar with Skyblock texture packs, probably the one good use for the custom item textures feature in Optifine, a feature even the Optifine developer forgot he added because it was bugged for a few months and only quietly fixed 9 months later, but I digress. If you want to use these packs, you're gonna need Optifine. If you already have Optifine or use a client, skip ahead to the timestamp on screen now. How do I get Optifine without downloading 15 different viruses and being put on a watch list? Here's how. Open your web browser of choice, for me that's Chrome, and type optifine.net or click the link in the description to make that easier. Go to the Downloads tab on the top of the page and click Show All Versions. Then scroll down to 1.8.9 and click Preview Versions. If you've done it right, you should see Optifine HDU L6 Pre-1, and this is the version where using retextured bows will actually work. Click the download button and you will see this page with a huge ad. Don't click it. What you should click is this purple button in the top right that says skip, which takes you to this other page with a different download button, and this button is what you have to click to download Optifine. If it says it may harm your computer, just click keep. Now, if you're just using Optifine, run the file and it will automatically install Optifine for you and you're good to go. If you're using Forge, watch tomorrow's video about mods and stuff to learn how to install it, or just use Google. Okay, so now you have Optifine, it's time to get started on the packs. I got a few packs I'm going to showcase first before we release our own pack, and the first of these packs is the Packs HQ pack. The OG pack. The one everyone knows and loves, and I gotta say, since it first released, it's come a long way from its ugly gradients to its newer, richer textures, and honestly look nothing short of amazing. The pack comes in an overlay and full texture revamp versions, as well as both 16H and 32H flavors if you're a freak who likes that 32H style. There's a link to their website in the description, where you will also find a link to every single pack we mentioned today. It also has those funky pet textures which you won't find anywhere else. Next up is a new pack, the RNBW pack. It stays somewhat true to the vanilla Minecraft feel, whilst also being interesting in the shape of all its weapons and rich color palettes, which makes for a really appealing pack. Potions are fully retextured too to identify them easier, and several GUI elements are revamped to bring everything together. The bows are a personal favorite of mine. Ever wished there was a pack that could retexture the enemies in the game? Me too, but someone has finally made one. Due to how Skyblock's mob work, there's not a lot of textures that can be done easily, but this pack called Mop Packet has done this. It's just nice to have, really. Moving on. Looking for something closer to vanilla but with more exciting shading and shapes? Ectoplasm's Skyblock pack is full of really nice vanilla style items with extremely soft color palettes which look extremely nice if you're into that. Unfortunately, this pack no longer receives updates. Worlds and Beyond is another new, upcoming texture pack designed to look super clean whilst having everything look like it fits together and looks pretty rustic. It's just about the most complex 16H texture pack out there in terms of shape, and although it's work in progress, I like what I see and it's a pack to keep an eye on. Size Skyblock Default Edit is the final pack I want to talk about today. If Skyblock short swords are your thing for some ungodly reason, this is the best looking short sword pack in my opinion. If you like a bit of everything you see today, you might like a Midspec. There's a few packs out there that are made by combining parts of other packs together to make one pack with similar styles that all fit together. Zach Plays AN has a mix of a few texture packs, but ultimately, you can create your own blend with your own favorite packs or find someone else's mix that you like. The world is your oyster. But of course, If you've been watching videos or streams lately, you've realized that some of our videos have been using a new texture pack that we haven't mentioned before, and today I'm going to release it. Well, kinda. Release an alpha version of it, and it's also been public this entire time. Look, it's a release, okay? The pack is called Furfusty Reborn because it's a non-official continuation of the Furfusty pack we've all loved since its release. Ever since the original creator fell off the edge of the earth, we've been waiting hopelessly for some updates to the pack that just haven't come. So we took matters into our own hands, grabbed a bunch of extremely talented artists from the Hypixel forums, and worked together to make Furfusty Reborn. The textures are designed to match the style and colors of the original Furfusty pack as closely as possible, with focus on animation and good looking colors. A bunch of GUIs have been textured, including some really nice textures for the mayor elections. It's still work in progress, but as a team we've made over 90% of all dungeon items in the game right now. Some of these are early versions, but for the most part, you have the finished product. We take constant feedback in our Discord server and forum threads, so if you don't like something, like you think the Hyperion doesn't look impressive enough for its price, then tell us, and if enough people agree, we will redesign it. It's all about community feedback and making the best things possible. Go check it out, link is in the description, and if we get 10,000 downloads on the pack, then I'll force Sage to be more creative with his sword shapes. For anyone wondering what patches we use, I use the patch HQ pack with this mixed texture pack to change block textures and some other stuff too. I don't know why, but the guy who made it for me called it Hell PvP, even though I don't do PvP. But you can have it if you like the 32X blocks and swords feel. It's the one that I always use in my own videos. Furry eBoy uses Furfusty Reborn with new default plus as a normal pack. Again, links to all of these is in the description, and you can combine anything you want. These have been our texture pack recommendations for Skyblock. If we've missed any pack that you think is particularly good looking, leave a comment about it and make sure you let all of these texture pack creators know how good their work looks and support them by downloading their packs or bumping their forum threads. Unlike usual, we're splitting our mods and texture pack video into two separate videos because it's getting very long at this point, but assuming there's no update to Skyblock between today and tomorrow, then tomorrow's video is going to be about mods as well as releasing our own mod folder and configs so you guys don't have to set up anything. Click on this video right here if you want to see the mods folder release and if you are interested in it, but if there's nothing there, then it's because you're watching this the day we uploaded this video and we haven't uploaded the mods folder video yet, but it should be there. You probably wouldn't have stayed here anyways if it wasn't there. Why am I still talking?